Today, we will talk about how to survive an EMP. Let's have a look at the details. EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse, which is a strong burst of electromagnetic energy that causes electronic devices to suddenly stop functioning. There are four potential sources of an EMP: lightning, the sun, a nuclear blast, and a weaponized EMP. While the process for surviving a nuclear blast or a lightning storm is a little different, the general process is the same regardless of the source of the EMP. Keep in mind that the best thing you can do to survive an EMP is to prepare ahead of time by developing a disaster plan and stockpiling emergency food and water. The first method is reacting to a sudden EMP attack. Turn your radio on immediately to get as much information as possible. Keep it on as long as possible and pay attention while you take the next steps to ensure that you get as much information as you can. This will likely only work if you have a battery-operated radio. Most EMPs emit gamma rays that overload tiny circuits in modern electronics. Computers, phones, and electrical grids will likely go out, but rudimentary electronics that rely on radio waves are unlikely to be affected. Shelter in place and wait for the initial chaos to subside. If all of the electronics suddenly stop working, the immediate loss of electricity will cause a lot of sudden confusion and chaos. If you aren't home, wait 30 to 45 minutes for all of the abrupt danger to pass. Take back roads and don't drive if you do have to go out. Walk side streets and back roads to stay out of harm's way and avoid the chaos. Busy streets will likely be pretty disorderly in the hours following an EMP. Fill your bathtub and empty bottles with water in case the pressure goes out. Put a stopper in your tub and fill it up with water to create a reserve. Then, fill every pitcher, bottle, bucket, and glass with water. This way you won't need to worry about dehydration for at least a few weeks. Eat anything in your fridge first to minimize food shortages. For the first 1 to 2 days, eat whatever is in your fridge and hasn't gone bad immediately. Save the dry stuff for later when you may really need it. Pack your frozen goods in a cooler with ice and eat them as they thaw. Dump everything worth saving in your freezer into a large cooler. And the second method is prepping for an EMP attack. Develop a disaster plan for you and your family. A large part of a disaster plan involves stockpiling food, tools, and other necessities. Jot down the key elements of your plan and make a copy for everyone in your family. Purchase walkie-talkies and battery-operated radios to stay connected. In the event of an EMP, short-range walkie-talkies and battery-operated radios are highly likely to continue working. Invest in a Faraday cage to protect emergency electronics. A Faraday cage is a box that will block external gamma rays and EMP waves. It's a perfect way to store an emergency cell phone, radio, and other electronic goods. Stock a shelter with non-perishable food and survival tools. Put a locked door on a basement, underground room, or a large room with plenty of closet space. Purchase enough canned and non-perishable food to last you at least 3 months. Store your other emergency gear in the shelter. Stockpile some medicine, a hand-cranked flashlight, a manual can opener, and extra sets of clothes. You'll also need a first aid kit, batteries, water purifying tablets, maps, cleaning supplies, and a toolbox. Don't forget sanitary items like toilet paper, feminine supplies, and soap. Switch over to solar power to keep the power on during an EMP. Create some stockpiles in hidden nearby locations if you can. If you aren't home or end up having to flee your home, set up 3 to 5 small stockpiles in areas you'll be able to find. Get some self-defense equipment, but don't get hasty in an emergency. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.